Hello everyone, we just had a huge new console mod drop in Baldur's Gate 3's mod manager, and I'm here to showcase the new mods on PlayStation 5 and Xbox. First off, we got the highly requested solo Leveling Daggers progressive equipment here. In addition, the Hellbound Everburn Blade, both these by Skirby. Also, another highly requested mod, Bernard Evolved, is now available. We also have one of my favorites, the Mantle, a Blood Ball themed cloak here. More emotes, which is exactly the chaos that you're seeing right here. I love this mod, I'm so happy it's now on console. We also have some new subclasses with the Way of Steeled Armored Monk, as well as the Half-Elf, Half-Orc subrace. And we also have other subclasses like the Way of the Crimson Fist and a few others, which we'll be breaking down in this video. And I just want to address the elephant in the room because there's a lot of people that like to get into conversations with me about the solo leveling mods being available on console, but no other anime ones. And people seem to think that other IP is allowed in this. I really don't think that it is allowed, but I think that they just don't understand that solo leveling is an anime, because if you didn't know it was an anime, you would just assume that these daggers are meant for like solo play or like a lone wolf playthrough. And Larian does have like Divinity Original Sin 2, where you're incentivized to sometimes play with just single characters or two characters. So I think that's why this mod ended up coming. I get a lot of questions around that, and I'm not an official representative of Larian by any means, but just giving my thoughts on the matter because I've gotten a lot of questions about it, and I really don't think that there's gonna, like, approve other types of mods, but this might just get a pass because the name is fag enough. But we have included here the Baruka Dagger, which has cold abilities, can't slip on ice, and you get new spells level 3, 1, 3, and 5 here, and they're also all light, finesse, and thrown weapons, so you can use them in a variety of different builds. Rasaka's Venom Fang here can apply poison, and when you're concentrating, you get additional poison on your attacks, and it has a level 9 Cloud Kill Explosion spell. There's also Kamish's Wrath Black here, which has additional force damage, increased crit chance, and it applies Bone Chill on attacks, and it's got new spells at 1, 3, 5, and 9 levels. In addition, there's also Kamish's Wrath Gold, which has, and you add your ability modifier to the attack when it's in your offhand, and you also possibly apply Bane on the target. And some really cool unique attacks that come with it. So I'll just showcase some of the VFX here. So you got like that teleporting attack, Kamish's Assault here, which has these attacks. The blades look amazing. Skirby does an incredible job with all of these. The Dagger Rush ability here, so you can charge forwards and apply Bone Chill. And these are available in the tutorial chest. In addition, we also have the Hellbound Everburn Blade progressive equipment by Skirby, which gives you an actual fiery weapon here. So this comes in the tutorial chest as well, and this is what it looks like. It gives you a bunch of abilities at pretty much every single level here, except for level, I guess level 6 does have a special ability. Additional 2d6 of fire damage. It ignores resistances to fire damage here. And the progressive abilities on this are really fun. You got like the flame step there, which lets you teleport to a fire, hellfire, or lava location. You can explode with lava on a target. It has to be in combat. You also get Hellflame Strike, and if you have proficiency with this weapon, you get some more. And here's the Hellflame Strike. So yeah, if you're a huge fan of the Everburn Blade, this is even cooler. So I highly recommend grabbing it. Unique model here too, and it feels very accurate to a weapon that would be in Baldur's Gate. And it also comes with a ton of passives, like you heal yourself when you're in fire, you're immune to fire, you ignore resistance and immunity to fire, you get additional fire damage. When you critically hit with this enemy, you create a lava surface below them. When you are in lava, you get 20 to 120 hit points, and many other different passives as you continue to level up. So yeah, this mod is awesome. Next up is Bernard Evolved by Exaon here. I love the Evolved series. If you haven't tried any of their mods, I highly recommend checking out them all. Just search up Evolved and you'll see a bunch of different ones. And what's cool about these mods, they add new quests into the game to get you these new summons. There was Flynn Evolved that just got released last week for the Dark Urge, and Bernard, you actually have to finish the Automaton quest here, and then there's a new thing where you actually are going to go ahead and build Bernard here, and then as you continue to level up, it gets new abilities. I'd recommend reading through the whole mod page here to get an idea of exactly how to do this. I don't want to spoil it for those that want to explore and do it on their own. Typically their mods are like based around a subclass in the game. This is based around Bernard. He's got his own unique quirks to him. Really cool stuff though, like his abilities, he builds up lightning charges to power his abilities, then he removes the lightning charges. As you continue to level up, he gets new abilities here. Custom VFX for this mod. It's seriously out of this world amazing and highly worth checking it out. That's like all the abilities level 3. Seriously, so much stuff that you can do with this, and highly cannot recommend this enough. It is worth trying out. I'm not going to go over all the abilities here, but you can pause this or go, and I'd highly encourage you to check out the mod page itself just to get an idea of all the different abilities that come with it, because there is a lot. And it has level 20 support. It's just going to continue to increase in its overall health. So yeah, go try this one out. Next up, we got the Mantle of Blood, a Bhaal-themed cloak here by Revolution Scribe. This came out back in 2025 in August. Love this mod. It's a unique cloak here. A collab with Nia on Nexus Mods, who makes some incredible mods. What this does is if you go down, you get resurrected as a blood ghost here. So this weapon has that, or this cloak has the blood revenant. When you get down, you come back up with half of your hit points as a blood revenant. Every time you kill an enemy, you get a stack of Unstoppable, which stops all damage from occurring or reduces it to 1 point. And when their killing spree ends, they lose all stacks of Unstoppable and become down once more. So you basically have to rampage. And they have this handy graphic here to showcase what it looks like on all the different races here. Unique appearance, unique passive. This is highly worth checking out, and you can also dye it. And next up is more emotes by GodHero here. This is amazing. This is actually created with PlayStation 5 in mind. Now at a glance, this mod may not look like it's something you'd enjoy, but I honestly encourage you to give it a shot because it comes with this bag here, 208 different emote rings. When you equip them, there's a variety of different ones, like some for body types 1, some that have different classes. For example, I have the performance, and you can see Shadowheart there singing right beside me, but this comes with a ton of different dance options and also the juggling trick that I started off the video with, a clown performance. So you just do this and it's gonna put out and make your character emote like that. You can just end the concentration at any time to get them to stop doing their little silly emotes there. But there are so many cool emotes that you can toss into here. This is great for like if you're playing with friends and you want to have your characters emote and do funny things. I love emotes in games, and that's why I think this is a really fun mod. You can toss a coin to your Witcher here, and it has pretty much every emote that you can imagine that is in the game. So yeah, there's some pretty funny ones here as well. It can also do all the different animations that the characters do whenever you select them in the level up screen. There's some combat focused ones. Yeah, there's a lot of different emotes in this. Yeah, I encourage you to check this one out. It is absolutely ridiculous. Now it's a good week for monk fans because we got the Way of Steel monk here by the Wailing Bard. This is based on so many robots homebrew here. This is a more defense-oriented monk. It has the Iron Discipline here, allowing you to use armor and still get the unarmored movement boost, but it is having the movement speed. It also will, or having the bonus to the movement speed, I should say. Armored Warrior here, you can use your strength in place of dexterity when using deflect missiles and can reduce the damage by any attack at range. In addition to weapon and unarmed attacks as well, which uses a key point. And you can also make an unarmed strike back at an attacker if you do this to a melee attack. So pretty cool stuff. Deflect missiles is one of the fun abilities of a monk, and it now allows you to do that to melee. You also have knock prone, which is an action you can attack and just knock them down using athletics to check. Level 6, you get Iron Fist, which you use your armor's weight to bolster your blows to punish the attackers. When wearing armor, your unarmed strikes get a +1 to their attack and damage rolls. And the first time each turn that you hit with a melee attack against a creature that's prone, stunned, or grappled, you deal bonus damage equal to 1 of your martial arts die. And you also get the Awakened Steel, which is really cool. So you add half your wisdom modifier rounded up to your armor class while wearing armor. Upon hitting level 9, you get the Ironclad Resilience, converting key points into temporary hit points, gaining 10 for every key point spent. These will disappear at the end of your next turn, so you can give yourself a bit of extra defensive boost. And at level 17, you get Brutal Defense. Once per round, you can make an opportunity attack to deflect an attack while using a reaction. So yeah, that is the Way of Steel Armored Monk by Wailing Bard. And next up, we have the Way of Crimson Fist here by Dirk Krieg-Wurst. This is another monk subclass, which comes with the Way of the Crimson Fist. You can, on attack, when you get a crit or kill a creature, you can siphon up to 10 key here that you can use until the end of combat. You also have the Flurry of Blows Frighten, Bane, and Silence here, so some new options for attacks. You also have the Key Infusion Hill Giant Strength, infuse some of the key flowing through you to give your strength up to 21, reducing your key by 1. You also have the Restore Key here, which you can use your siphon key to restore a key point, and it takes 4 of those. There's also the Subsume Heal, which gives you 2 hit points for every siphon's key that you use as a reaction once per short rest. And you can also infuse your leaps. So this class is about using that siphon key to power its different abilities here. I'm just going to you can pause this here if you want to read through everything that it has. There's a lot of different subclass features with this, and it has Rip and Tear with abilities all the way up to level 14. It's a cool subclass for Doom fans out there, or anyone that just wants to experiment with something new. In addition, we also got the Paladin Oath of the Hells here by Simonius 33. This subclass gives you Burning Torment. You can do a 1d6 plus your Charisma modifier damage on a target for 6 turns at the start of their turns, imposing disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks until it succeeds a Constitution saving throw. Level 2, it replaces divine health. It doesn't show it here, but you get resistance to poison and fire damage. The seal of damnation here, makes the target not able to move, and attack rolls against it will have advantage using your channel oath charge, and it does a 1d6 plus charisma modifier force damage. And Avernus Alliance Lesser, you can create a imp to fight alongside you, and you also get Hellish Rebuke and Hex as oath spells. Level 5 gives you Eldritch Blast and Scorching Ray. You can then create a Hellsbore level 6. Infernal Aura gives you resistance to any ally and adds charisma modifier to the attacks of any fiend within 3 meters. You also get a unique Hellfire Smite, a Maragon at level 10 here, and then a Cambion at level 12, and an improved Hellfire Smite. Now we also got another subrace with the half-elf, half-orc subrace by Sorayumi_IO. This is cool because we've seen a few different different subrace mods, because these are possible on console. Race mods are not. I think race mods do end up causing crashes, but we got the orc half-elf, which has its relentless endurance. You also get these savage attacks. When you get a critical hit, you get an additional damage die. Half-orcs are really strong in this game, and now you can get all the benefits of it. And what's cool about it is it does come with some unique heads in addition to that, so that's not all. You also get a few choices, and these can be used on regular old half-elf if you want to have this appearance, or you can just use other race mods here and get all the benefits, as well as the dialogue of his orc half-elf, half-orc, and humanoid. So yeah, some seriously cool stuff. In addition, we also got Nia's Head Pack 2. We had Nia's Head Pack 1 a week ago. This is by Nia 1004. This adds in 4 new heads here. The Alice head, as well as Bianca, Missy, and Tiana. So there are 4 new heads there included with this. And they look very natural. They actually look somewhat similar to some of the base game heads, so that means that they'll be great in like any of the animations, so they won't look kind of out of place. I like the Missy head here. And then for body type 2, we got Andrew, Marcus, and Johan. Don't mess with the Johan. So here's what their images look like, because they did a great job showcasing these. So I just want to go through them quickly with you here, just so you get an idea of what else you can do with this. So yeah, Nia's Head Pack 2. Next up is Ezuneo's Draconic Body Scales by Ezuneo. This is a really cool mod. It allows Draconic sorcerers to be able to change and add scales to the body. Uh-oh, bug alert, bug alert. So that Paladin subclass, it actually does not allow you to respec. Withers thinks that you've broken your oath, so just a heads up on that. I tried to do a showcase for you, but it'll have to deal with the images here. I actually showed this in a previous video. I'll try to find that and link it to you guys. But yeah, this does let you put scales on your body. If you're using, I guess console doesn't have any body type changers, but those wouldn't work with it obviously. But yeah, you can see there what this ends up looking like. It's really cool, especially if you like the Draconic kind of appearance. I also want to quickly mention, Ezuneo has a face horns mod that is on console. If you want to play as a Gen SI, you can actually do that with this mod. So yeah, you can get creative with these. And next is Indoct Subtler Piercings by Indoct here. This adds in some new piercing options, and you can see there, they're a little bit smaller. Depending on the face mod, you're gonna have different results. So let's go through some here. That's a kitchen sink. There's over easy and a little extra light. Septum plus labret, eagle rings, disc studs, and a different version, bare minimum. And here's an idea of some of the shots that they took with that. So if you like different types of piercings, this has a lot of different options, and it's definitely worth checking out for a subtler look. And next up we got Interrupted Music Performance Fixer by Eilistraee. So this is kind of funny because this is an override mod that'll help it if there's other mods you have in your load order that end up interrupting your, if you're using any type of like music and performance as a bard. Sometimes there's mods that will interact with that. This is going to prevent that. Eilistraee also has like the Ember's Loot mods, which I definitely recommend checking out. So this could help out with that if you're using those types of mods. Next up is Origin Class Unlocker by Flare76. Does what the name implies. If you're playing as an Origin character, it lets you start off as any class and race that you want. So this lets you change your background and the starting class, even though you can kind of do that early on. So yeah, you can get different starting equipment there for the characters as well. And they, yeah, definitely worth checking that one out if you like it. Next is the Paladins Deity by Nymphina. This is interesting because Paladins have the option to have gods in the code, but it's toggled to off for some reason. But there are interesting new dialogue that you can get if you play, like, let's say 1 level Paladin, 1 level Cleric. There's actually some early game level dialogue for Paladins of like Selûne, for example, so you can actually have some unique dialogue with Nettie. There's a few different ones. I encourage you to try something like this out because, yeah, this will let you choose a deity here and get the Paladin of the chosen deity dialogue. And there's also a mod Shar unlock, which will let you use Shar for your deity there. So it's cool. This is stuff that's literally coded into the game. Comes with unique dialogues. You see there, Paladin Ezuneo there. And for whatever reason, it's not applicable unless you use a mod like this. So pretty cool stuff. Lots of stuff hidden in Baldur's Gate 3. As I make mods, I see a lot of stuff that's hidden in the code. It's really interesting. But next up is the Fix Jump Fly shortcut here by Chronos. This is really cool because it's annoying. Whenever you go to press Z to jump or up on the D-pad, it typically just makes you jump even when you have fly available, and fly is obviously much more efficient. You won't jump around weirdly. This will just allow you to, you can see the option on PC. Normally this would be the jump with the Z beside it. Now you don't have to worry about that. It works for both console and PlayStation. Very smooth, straightforward. Love it. I love these quality of life mods that just fix something that's a little annoying. Next up is GodHero by SwissFred57. Just want to mention that this is part of cheater spells, so to save you on the load order, basically what this does is it gives you immunity to all types of damage, or you can become resistant to all types of damage. Again, that's available in the cheater spell, so if you want to cut down your load order. We also got Duskblade Feats on even levels here by Minic Coopers, so you can, get feats every second level. Same thing with the Sword Dancer to Eilistraee here, you get it every couple levels by ZX10RX. And I actually released a mod. I'm hoping that this comes to console at some point. Infinite combat. You can create your own combat encounters. You literally have the way to tell your own stories with this mod. This isn't on console. I am really hopeful that it will, because it just adds so much more stuff into the game where you can add in these new combat encounters and have a whole lot of fun doing it. If you want to have a huge skeleton and can be in battle before you go visit Orin, you can go ahead with this mod. I also did put forward my Dark Urge Sword and Shield pack, my Fire, Frost, and Flora for console approval. I get questions about this daily, and I put it in Larian's hands. Hopefully they will approve it, but I haven't had any of my mods approved in a little while, so just fingers crossed. I'm really hoping. Just want to briefly showcase this because I put a lot of time and effort into it, and I think it's going to be interesting. Some people want to enjoy combat in different locations, so John Baldur's Gate, please put this on console. But that is our console mod drop of the week. Some pretty great stuff here. Let me know in the comments your favorite console mods, and we'll catch y'all in the next video. Subscribe if this was useful.